right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the F1 Passport. This is our review of Free Practice 1 and 2 for the 2020 British Grand Prix. What's going on, man?
Chilling.
Get through everything today?
I got through most of Q2 or P2. Work, man, killing me. So
Were you up?
I'll catch up on the rest of it.
Were you up on things from last night?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, with the whole, Hulk back in the seat 15 minutes before, practice started. It's just crazy.
Me and your girl Martha were talking about it last night, and I was saying I wish Hulkenberg would get in there so he get a shot at a podium. She thought it would be Gutierrez. How you say?
Yeah, Gutierrez or whatever.
She thought it would be him, and I mean, I could go either way, but how do you feel about it? You happy for him?
I mean, yeah, it's like I'm not a Boston Red Sox fan, but when they finally won, it was interesting, if nothing else. You know what I mean? So, what was it, Chicago Red Sox or whatever? They finally won. I don't root for any one of them, but it's cool. So I kind of feel that way about Hulk. He seems a little prickly, right? He's not the nicest guy. He's got a little bit of that. What's his name? Kimmy in him.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah, a little bit of Kimmy in him. Everybody loves Kimmy and his little prickly ways, but I'm just not impressed by it all. Like, it's just whatever to me.
Right. Hulk said his right ass cheek was going numb.
He's in a car that's not made for him. Like he's getting squeezed up into somebody else's car. So yeah.
So you think the fix is in, man, on your boy Checo?
Well, they say he went home to Mexico, right? So he probably got it on his way there or on his way back. I think you brought it up in one of the previous episodes. Like, why did they let these cats go home in between races? Like, it's not a bubble if you're going home.
Right. Go to a hot zone. Go to one of Trump's shithole countries.
You can go anywhere. You can go anywhere in the world. Yeah. You catch this thing. This thing that discriminates. I don't care if you first world, third world, whatever. So, yeah, just keep your butt in the bubble. Keep your butt at the track. I mean, do something. Like, I don't know.
His mother was in a pretty bad accident, and he was able to be there as she got out of the hospital. So he had to do it.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. There's no question in that. But sucks that it's the price you got to pay. Not like he was in a championship fight anyway, but still,
Hey, he's got an outside chance. I mean, he's up there. I'm collecting some stats now. I'll start showing that as we go. But the thing I hate about the whole situation is them announcing that it was a inconclusive first test. I mean, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't give you much confidence in this the testing that they're using, right? I mean, but hey, what do we know?
I just took my baby for her second COVID test last week. They put the swab up her nose, not as easily as they would have Ricardo's nose, for obvious reasons.
That's nose discrimination, but okay.
They came back with results in 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, 15 minutes there on the spot.
I didn't know you could do that with the nose test.
Evidently, they can.
Wow.
It's all about the money. But I'm my first thought, and I think Checo's first thought was, Lawrence has got the fix in on scamotage on the first test result. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
So he rejected it. It wasn't inconclusive. It was positive. only thing conclusive about it was the fact that Checo didn't accept it.
We wouldn't accept it. Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
he demanded an independent test from outside of Lawrence Stroll's reach, which is damn near impossible.
Right.
You know, and then he went on ahead and accepted it. So
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to it. He went home, he exposed himself, he caught it, and we move on. I just hope it doesn't spread down the paddock like nobody else gets it, and it doesn't cause a bigger issue.
You called it a couple episodes ago. You know, what's the impact going to be on the championship if drivers start going down?
Yeah, man. You know, Lewis, Max, Valtteri. I mean, if one of them get it, like, that's when you start thinking about the asterisks, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's real now.
Yeah.
So let's see what else we got, man.
Tired of your boy Giovinazzi not knowing how to drive, causing problems, causing red flags, causing safety cars. Like, they need to do this super license stuff has got to be a joke. Like, they got to do more to screen these freaking drivers and stop letting them come in and mess it up. Everybody's chance to go around the track.
Yeah, I think they're going to go ahead and put Schumacher in that car.
I think so.
Yeah, hell, they might do it before the end of the season. Let him get next season to get his feet wet, and then when the regulation change happens in 22, maybe he'll be ready to do something.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode. These brothers and sons and nephews of great drivers. What are the chances? You know what I mean, that they're going to be anywhere close to as good? I don't hear him lighting it up in the lower levels, so why should we think he's going to light it up at the top level?
Yeah, and Formula 2, he's been on the podium twice now this season, which is an improvement, but I'm not seeing anything yet.
Yeah.
But I guarantee they're going to pull that trigger. I think Alfa Romeo is going to have a total new lineup next season.
Yeah, well, I mean, they need to have a total new car next season because isn't it funny how all the Ferrari cars are just trash this year? That just tells you, like, it wasn't even whatever they were doing to get that extra performance. They were doing more just to be slightly competitive. And this regulation cut out all of that stuff that they were doing. So now they're garbage.
I got a rant about this damn Ferrari stuff, man. It's been eating at me for a while now, And the last few days I've been trying to think of, just what is their problem, And for me, at the end of the day, Ferrari need to have a proctologist come in and remove that proverbial stick from their arrogant asses. That's their fucking problem. They're so fucking arrogant. $100 million just for turning up.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in that amount they get just for turning up. And I mean, they don't have to be better than anybody else. They don't have to come up with better ideas. All they have to do is show up. They don't have to they don't have to build the best car. They can just cheat because they know the FIA, the Ferrari International Assistance, is going to bail them out and let them get away with it. They were talking about it on FP1 today. Paul DeResta came out firing some cannons today, man.
Oh yeah.
He was dropping some bombs today, but they talk around it. Like, they say Ferrari were doing so good last year, everybody's happy, they're winning races, and then the investigation happens. It gets swept up under the rug. They get a reprimand that no one is aware of, and now all of a sudden they're not doing anything. I mean,
The writing's on the wall.
the writing's on the wall, but those wins and podiums and all the
need to be taken away.
Taken away, man.
To be taken away. The whole time it was going on last season, the only I could think of is if they steal this championship away from Lewis, I'm gonna be pissed. And not only that, but you're still in podiums, you're still in qualifying pole positions away from him. Like these are all records. Like, you know, this is like it should be. It's like baseball. It should be like baseball. Records mean something, and they shouldn't be allowed to keep it.
You're taking money out of the smaller teams' hands. You know, literally, as if Ferrari's not already getting enough money just for turning up.
Yeah.
You know, they get to cheat, and you know, they let them get away with it, or if they catch them, then they just, you know, let it go. And it's that kind of unwarranted privilege to a group of people that don't deserve it. That's the reason why people are out here protesting and tearing shit up on the streets right now. You know, and we just let it go because that's just the way it's been. You know, that's the way it's been. Ferrari, we can't live without Ferrari, man. If I hear another motherfucker say that we can't live without Ferrari, you know, I'm gonna be done, man.
I mean, we're already living without them. When the last time they won something, you know, when's the last time they won a title? Or F1's already living without them. Right. And then, you know, you look at what you know, talking about putting butts in seats and stuff. Look at what Max is doing.
Right.
You know, he putting butts in seats. So why couldn't something else like that happen if Ferrari did leave? The riddance.
You know, I think Chase Carey, Mr. Mustache, I think he gets it, right? And he's trying to point the sport in the right direction. But you know, these millennials, man, they're not having this shit, man.
Yeah.
They're not having this injustice and this crap, and they're not waiting for it to go away, you know. And I'm with them, you know. Enough's enough. I get it. He's got the right idea. He sees the problem. He's trying to fix it. All I have to say is speed it up, man.
Yeah, do it.
Just do it.
What are we waiting for? Just do it.
Rip the Band-Aid off. And to further go down that rant, I'm about sick and tired of Max's stance on BLM, man. You know, him and Grosjean. You know, Grosjean says, well, in the drivers' meeting, the other co-leader of the drivers' group is Vettel. Vettel is for the BLM movement, so I felt I needed to stand in opposition to give the other 6 drivers, you know, to be on their side. If that ain't privilege, where you can decide to take a stand on something that important based on something that frivolous,
yeah.
If that's not privilege, then I don't know what. But
yeah, I don't. You know, I'm almost the way I feel about it is I don't have the time or the energy to worry about ignorance, and that's all it is to me. It's just ignorance, and so they got to live with that, not me. They got to live with their children seeing that, their grandchildren, their grandchildren's children seeing that, you know, years from now. The same way you have, you know, the cops sicking dogs and pouring water hoses on people in the U.S. back in the 60s and 70s.
Right.
These people who are not taking a stand now are going to look like cowards, and history's not going to treat them well. So we don't have to worry about it. It doesn't have to bother us. They're going to get their, you know, what they deserve.
Due recognition.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like the way Lewis is handling. He's not letting it die down. He's keeping it relevant. He's fighting for it. He's not talking down to the guys who don't want to do it, because you can't make people do something they don't want to do. You can't make them feel something they don't feel.
Right.
All you can do is control your actions and how you portray, your message, and that's it. Don't let anybody else derail you or upset you. Like, screw them.
You can change laws and regulations, but you can't change what's in a person's heart.
Yeah.
All you can do is try to implement measures to, I think everybody is, there's a term I heard, unconsciously biased,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Everyone is unconsciously biased. I don't even want to use the word racist anymore. I don't want to call anybody, they're unconsciously biased.
Right.
And I get it, man. We root for our home team. We root for our city, our province where we live and whatnot. That's natural. I have no problem with anyone thinking that race is superior. I don't have a problem with that. As long as you're not trying to suppress other people.
Right.
Leave me the hell alone. Let me do what I want to do. You do what you want to do. Think what you want to think. I mean, that's no skin off my back. Just don't put your knee on my neck, literally or even figuratively.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, all right, man. We're gonna keep it up, keep it moving, and I guess we're gonna have to keep touching on it. Keep it relevant, just like Lewis is. So
You watched NBA games last night?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, unified message.
How about that?
Unified, yeah.
How ironic is it that Kaepernick was such a pariah, right, just a few years ago, and now everyone's doing what, just like the guys, was it 72 Olympics in Mexico, the two guys that put up the fist, they couldn't get a job anywhere after that, and now everybody's doing it. But that's progress, man. Your boy Paul DeResta, man, he pulled out the guns today. He was talking about Alonzo. He said that wherever he goes, it gets worse, and wherever he leaves, it gets better.
Hey.
Ooh. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Don't hold back, man.
Yeah, I like his commentary. It's like you can tell he has this. He's free to say whatever's on his mind. Unlike who's the other guy? Shanduk, or what's his name?
Karun Chanduk.
Karun Chanduk.
Yeah.
This guy. I don't. Anything he says, I don't want to hear it. Like, it just means nothing to me. He just says what he thinks other people expect him to say, or what he just follows on what other people say. I never hear like an original creative thought come from him. So
no, I'd tell you the one thing I like from Karun is his technical knowledge, his technical analysis of statistics, and I've only been able to see that during preseason testing commentary.
Okay, well,
not during a race weekend.
You have to play that for me.
Yeah.
Anytime they show him, like, he's trying to give his analysis on a racing incident or crash or whatever, he never says anything that means anything. He just kind of follows along with what everybody else is saying, like trying to get along just for the sake of getting along.
Yeah.
Tell me what the hell you think and you feel. That's why you're there.
Speaking of crashing, your boy Albon is in trouble. It's official. Did you get that far in the FP2?
I heard about it. He got he red flagged and everything. I mean, I'll keep saying it every week. Albon is not fit to drive for Red Bull. He's not up to that caliber. They need to get him out that freaking seat. Give the seat to somebody who's going to help Max put up a fight, because he's fighting with one hand tied behind his back.
Right.
Albon, nicest guy you can imagine. I like him. He just ain't good enough.
The rumor now is Checo.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Yeah. Vettel, Checo, Hulkenberg, like any of those guys would do better Albon or Gasly or who's the other one? The Russian dude.
Could be it.
Be it, yeah. They ain't good enough.
Only other thing I have, I want to show. I've got some stats here I want to show you.
Okay.
That, I'm going to start tracking teammate comparison.
Okay.
Right, and I've got some interesting stats to show you. Only other thing I have though is Kvyat is he's got a grid penalty for gearbox change.
Yeah.
Lewis had MGU
changed. Yeah.
So no penalty for that, but that's a sign of wear and tear on his equipment that Bottas hasn't had. Although Bottas has thrown the team under the bus for making mistakes, saying that they gave him too much fuel during qualifying in Hungary. That's the reason why he didn't get number one, that they've been making little mistakes here and there on his side of the garage.
They wait for the Rosberg to come out of him. He's been holding it back for all this time. Hope it doesn't come out.
Yeah, I think when he signed this new 1-year extension, I think they confirmed that this will be his last.
Yeah, he's under pressure too because he's got the young dude nipping at the heels. Yeah, so he knows the writing's on the wall, and this is probably his last real chance to win a title. So the stakes are a lot higher for him.
Speaking of which, Russell was on Beyond the Grid this week.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good interview actually. He was saying things like when they speak in front of reporters, they have to be very careful of what they say because the reporters always take things that they say and twist it and bend it and make it negative and take a negative spin on things. So they never really get to express themselves the way they want. But he seemed really free and open during this conversation. So I liked it. The guy that does that, Tom Clarkson, he started this show out by talking about the last week's show with Willie T.
Yeah.
And how great the response was, and hell, I've listened to it 3 times now.
Yeah, they got to get him involved in the sport somehow. Like this dude's got too much knowledge and insight and historical knowledge not to be put to use somewhere.
Oh, the thing I was going to try and mention earlier was I heard a report that the Racing Point seat that Checo's in, that the clause in his contract has to be exercised by the end of July, meaning today is the last day. So if that's true, then Vettel would have to have signed a contract with them today. They may not have announced it and may not announce it for some time, but if that report is true, then he would have had to have signed it, and they would have had to have exercised that clause today.
Can't they exercise it without signing a replacement though?
Yeah, I guess that's possible. Who knows the specific verbiage in the clause, but
yeah, you would think they have something in their back pocket though if they are going to exercise it. They have to be doing it for a reason.
But it's reports like that, when I hear about things like that, that make me start to watch people's body language and listen to their interviews, right? Their candor and their composure a little closer. So I'm gonna keep an eye on Checo and Vettel.
Yeah.
Anything. All right, man. You got anything else?
Nah, I think that's it.
All right, let me pull up this stat real quick.
You ready for the game tomorrow, man?
Yeah, dude. 12?
12:30.
12:30.
Think about going to the pub. I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Let me know. That's baby nap time. I might be able to make it.
All right.
All right. So can you see this?
Yeah, I see it.
All right, so I've got Austria, Styria, and Hungary. All right, let me get the pointer here. So all this stuff here, don't really pay too much attention to it. I have to do all this so that I can come up with this.
Okay.
And what this is showing, qualifying throughout the season so far, Bottas is down to Lewis 1-2. Lewis is over him 2-1. Verstappen is dominating Albon in qualifying 3-0. Leclerc is 2-1. Norris is dominating Sainz. Ricardo is dominating Ocon. Gasly over Kvyat, and so forth. But in the races, Norris is dominating Sainz, which is proof that McLaren is capable of controlling the situation.
Knowing that Sainz is leaving, yeah.
Right. Gasly over Kvyat and Giovinazzi over Raikkonen. But what really is standing out for me in this is that Norris is dominating Sainz in qualifying and racing.
Yeah.
Gasly's dominating Kvyat in qualifying and racing, and so is Giovinazzi. So these are some dudes that might be in trouble. We need to keep an eye on.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's good stuff.
All right, dude.
All right, man.
Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, it's gonna be busy, man.
Yeah.
Practice qualifying, and big old Chelsea FA Cup champions to come.
Keep the blue flag flying high. Let's bring home some silverware.
Yes, sir. Up the Chelsea.
All right, dude. Peace.
All right. Peace.